Hopkins is in the House. The bill to authorize Johns Hopkins to operate its own police force has been approved by a legislative committee and will now be debated on the floor of the House next week. WJZ's live political reporter Pat Warren says the parties are still split over whether this is a good idea. Pat?
That's right, Denise. Proponents say it will make the campuses of Hopkins University safer, but opponents worry about accountability and risk. March 14th, a stray bullet shatters a window on the 6th floor of the Johns Hopkins Hospital Outpatient Cancer Building. It was added evidence from Johns Hopkins in a hearing to have its own police force.
There were 2 of our employees in that building at the time when the bullet entered the building.
Johns Hopkins' proposal is to create a 100-person armed police department to patrol its campuses and hospital using best police practices.
In East Baltimore, I would probably be stopped far more than anybody else because of who I am. And this police organization would be one that could be a model for the way policing should be done.
But surrounding communities are divided as to whether this could lead to over-policing and profiling.
For example, it will touch into my neighborhood, and so folks in my neighborhood have already been profiled by Johns Hopkins security force officers.
Basically, we were able to essentially have unanimous support on my block, which is a pretty representative block of kind of what East Baltimore and kind of the area looks like.
No one disputes the level of crime in Baltimore City, but opponents say a private police force is not the answer.
We believe that the voters should be able to choose on the privatization of a police force in their city, and that the focus needs to be on fixing the Baltimore City Police Department and not on the creation of a new police department.
The House Judiciary Committee added a series of amendments and voted 13-8 to send it to the full House for a vote next week. Now, the Senate has already passed a bill authorizing JHU police. I'm Pat Warren reporting live for WJZ.